everybody, it is Monday. Happy Monday. August 26th. Big fail today as far as getting up early. My son stopped over yesterday, but he didn't get to my place till it was almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So it was 2 before I went to bed. I still got up about 8, but still a lot later than what I wanted to. And it is a rainy, gloomy Monday. I've had 6 points for breakfast. I had a good breakfast this morning. And I am on my way to Great Clips. I have decided I'm going to get my hair cut because I can't take this any longer. No matter what I do, it just looks like this all the time, and I need it shaped and trimmed up, and I got to get rid of this stuff in my eyes because I can't stand it. So stay tuned to how that's going to look. I'm going to stop at the post office first, check my mail there. I think I've got something over there, and then I am going to go get my hair cut. So got pickles canned last night. They look really pretty this morning. I love the way things look on my shelves after I get them canned. You know, the jars are all nice and shiny. So I'm going to be looking through my canning catalog. It's in my personal catalog. Every year when I do my canning, I keep track of what I can, how much produce I got, and what my yield was out of that as far as quarts and pints and stuff. So really I'm kind of cutting a lot of things in half this year because, you know, basically it's just me. And I'm canning more of some things that I eat more often, like green beans. I'm going to do another bushel of those because I eat green beans a lot. I'll probably do quite a bit of beets this year because I love eating beets. Corn, I'm probably going to do a bushel of corn, but that's probably all I'm going to do with that. So anyway, I've been kind of figuring all this up. I know next week I'm going to be getting some more green beans and probably a bushel of corn. So, and the way I do corn is pretty easy. When I had my freezer, I was freezing the corn, and I preferred that. I may have to can it this year just because of space, because all I have now is my refrigerator freezer, unless I decide to invest in a small chest freezer. We'll see. I don't think I want to spend the money to do that, so I may just go ahead and can it. And since I'm canning everything in pints, I can get more in my canner. You know, my canner holds 7 quarts, but I can fit, depending how I put them in there, I can fit like 16 pints at a time because I can double stack the pints, which is a big time saver because, you know, when you're pressure canning all that stuff, the processing time isn't bad. It's the building up the pressure and then the cooling the canner down before you can take it out. That's what's really time consuming. So, well, that field looked good. It had a lot of squash in that one. I bet it's growing pumpkins. Yeah, the pumpkins will be in a month or so. I know September my grapes come in, so I make grape juice every year. And I usually put that in quarts. I give that away to the kids a lot. I usually save a couple pints of that, or no, a quart, to make a batch of grape jelly that I give away as gifts. So I make a lot of the stuff and then I give it away. But, you know, the jams and jellies I'm not making a whole lot of, unless I might try sugar-free grape jelly this year. My strawberry jam turned out pretty well. With sugar-free. Now I made when I did my blueberry jam, I did the regular, so that'll be given away. I've already given some of it away actually. So, but I gotta tell you, my kitchen smelled so darn good when I was canning those pickles yesterday. I just love it. It just reminds me of fall, and the weather is so cool. It's only 65 degrees here right now in August. Who would have thought? So I think the high school starts football this weekend, so it'll probably be scorching hot by weekend. But I just can't believe this cool weather. So I wonder if this is a sign of an early winter. Gosh, I hope not. I went through winter forever last year up in Idaho. It was the winter that never ended. So, as a matter of fact, my daughter told me it was so cold up there that she had her fans turned off. My daughter likes everything really cool when she sleeps. And I do too, but not, you know, like I'm sleeping in a refrigerator like she does. Last night it was so cool here, I closed some of the windows in the house. So, I closed a couple more this morning. I walked out in my kitchen. I thought, geez, it's freezing out here. So, closed my kitchen windows. But I just loved the way yesterday my kitchen smelled with those pickles, because you know that pickling spice, it has all those precious spices in it, the allspice and the cloves, and I don't know what else is in there. I know that I made it, you know, a year or so ago. I'll do that sometimes at the end of the season. I'll stock up on my spices by just making my own. So, and you can find those recipes online really easily. So, well, I'm just about at the post office, and I'm just kind of rambling. I had oatmeal for breakfast because it was cold in the house, and I thought, oh, this is a nice warm breakfast day. So I had oatmeal for breakfast, and I'm going to start eating more oatmeal. I had kind of gotten away from it, but I think I'm going to start eating oatmeal, you know, about 3 times a week, because it just fills me up. And when I start teaching again, oh shoot, that was the other thing. I wanted to check to see if my fingerprints were back yet to the state. I forgot to do that. Anyway, you know, it fills me up, and when I start teaching again, it'll get me through to lunch. And then I'll start thinking about, you know, what I can take for lunches again. Luckily, when you substitute, you can kind of pick and choose when you teach, so you have plenty of time to plan. So, all right, well, I just got here at the post office. I'm gonna dart in between raindrops here, check my mail, and then go get my hair cut. So I will be back later. Okay, well, I just got my hair cut at Great Clips. It feels so much better. I can't find my correct glasses, so I have my own glasses on so I can see to drive. And then the Great Clips that I go to is right next to Jimmy John's. I got a number 4 lettuce wrap. No mayo, no cheese. Just turkey and a bunch of veggies. 0 points. Because I don't really have lunch stuff at home yet. I'm going to go grocery shopping beginning of next week, where I'm going to load up some, you know, healthy lunch options. I don't know what I did with my glasses. Oh, here they are. I got to switch these out because I can't see out of those very well. There we go. Now I can see. So anyway, yeah, the guy that cut my hair did a good job, and it feels so much better. All the bad ends are off, and it's shorter, and it lays a little bit better. So I'll play with it for a couple days, see where I can get it. But I'm not going to do anything but this today anyway because of the weather. My hair is bone straight. I mean, straighter than a bone, straighter than a pin. And so, got to work with what you got. For years, I got perms, and I got them often because my hair just doesn't hold a curl, doesn't hold a perm. Never has, for very long anyway. I had a perm when I got married. Actually, I was looking at my wedding album the other night, just because I was going through my stack of books, and there it was. So I You know, got married in the late 80s when it was the age of big hair. And I'm thinking, I can't imagine wearing my hair like that now, but I had it curled, and then I would blow it dry. I mean, I had it permed, and I blow it dry, and I use the curling iron and make it bigger. That's the way we were wearing them back then. So, well, anyway, I'm gonna go back home now, and it feels so good to say that I'm going back home. I'm gonna enjoy my lunch. And I didn't even get chips. Usually when I go to Jimmy John's, I get their thinny chips. Well, their thinny chips aren't so thinny, because you can eat the whole bag and it's like 8 points. So I'm gonna go eat my 0 point lunch, and I think I'm gonna pull out a little container of applesauce to have with it, and a big glass of ice water. And that'll be my lunch. I already pulled out a chicken breast for dinner tonight, so I'm got it planned out. Probably gonna have some green beans with that chicken breast, or I have some more. I think I have a little bit of a tomato left. I'll probably do that too. Just eating my vegetables. I don't have any more corn, any more sweet corn, which I think is a good thing, because since I've been eating that sweet corn, my weight loss has kind of slowed down. So even though the sweet corn is 0 points, it's still a starchy vegetable. You remember the old days when the starchy vegetables had points? You know, potatoes still do, but corn for some reason doesn't, and that surprises me, especially the super sweet corn, because it is a, you know, you can see the starch coming out of it. So I've only been eating one ear at a time, and I break it into two, you know, in half, so it looks like I have two. But I don't know, I think corn should have points. On Points Plus it had points. I think an ear of corn was 3 points, and now all of a sudden it's 0. Of course, in the old days, you know, chicken was like a point an ounce. Some things are still like that. Pork, on, you know, pretty close to that. Lean pork anyway. But I think it's interesting. I still don't understand the exact science of how they came up with things. I mean, eggs used to be 2 points a piece. So it'll be interesting to see what their new program plan is. I guess I've heard different things. Some say I've heard it's gonna roll out this fall, where you're gonna have more options on the app as far as the type of program you're on. I really think if they do that, it's because they're trying to get people back that might have gone over to iTrack Bites, because that program's free, and you have your choice of plans to follow. So, and some say it's going to roll out after the first of the year, which is usually when they have their new programs. I don't know. If you know, let me know. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I like freestyle. I've done well on freestyle. Actually, I've been more successful on freestyle now than what I was on any other one. But I was also very successful on Points Plus. So I was going through my cookbooks the other night. I got to tell you, I've got just about every plan Weight Watchers ever came out with. I mean, I've got Smart Points, I've got Points Plus, I've got the Flex Plan, I've got the Momentum Plan, got all those cookbook plans that, and just the regular points program. So I think I've got Fit and Fiber. I don't know. I have a lot of them. I could have one entire bookcase dedicated to all the Weight Watcher cookbooks I have. And you know, some of those recipes are still really good recipes. But like I mentioned before in one of my videos, I think some of the Weight Watcher recipes are just incredibly expensive to make, which is why I don't make a lot of them. So when we have the recipe shares on YouTube, I watch those because, you know, people that share those recipes are, you know, people just like me that, you know, don't have $1 million to spend on one ingredient for one recipe that you might make one time a year. So I think it's always interesting to see what people are making. And you know, everybody's on a budget these days, so that's why when I can stock up on spices or make my own spices, that's why I do that. Because sometimes, you know, the recipe calls for some obscure little thing, like, you know, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, or you know, something that you wouldn't buy every day. So, all right, that's enough of my rant. I'm gonna go home and eat my lunch, and then I'll show this to you after I get home. I'm pretty sure most of you know what a Jimmy John's unwich looks like. I'm so happy we have that option. I love Jimmy John's. 2 of my boys worked at Jimmy John's, at this particular one that I went to. So I go in there because the manager still gives me the employee discount. But while they were working there, I gained a lot of weight because I was at Jimmy John's, or they were bringing home the sandwiches, you know. And I love their bread. I'm like Oprah, I love bread. But I'm glad we have this unwich option there because it's just good. Sometimes I prefer a Jimmy John's sandwich over Subway. Now, I don't usually get the Subway sandwiches anymore. If I go to Subway, I get a salad. I do like their rotisserie chicken salad over there at Subway. But I'm really trying not to eat out a lot, just, you know, for financial reasons. This is the first time I've been at Jimmy John's in a while. And I hadn't really thought about it, but since I was right next door, I thought, yeah, I'm going to stop in and have some lunch, or get some lunch to go. So, anyway, okay, well, I'm just about back to my place, so I'll be back with what I ate. Well, good Monday morning. This is my breakfast this morning. I have a 1/4 cup dry oatmeal for 4 points. I just have a 1/2 cup of blueberries on there for 0 points, a little bit of cinnamon and stevia for 0 points. I have 2 eggs for 0 points. And then I have 2 points in my coffee with my 1/2 and 1/2. It's the fat-free 1/2 and 1/2. So I have a total of 6 points for breakfast today. All right, here's my lunch. I took out the Jimmy John's out of the wrapper and I just cut it up, so it's more like a salad. This is 0 points. I just poured some mustard there for me to dip into. I didn't get any mayo on this at all. My unsweetened apple cider is 0 points, and I have 28 grams of avocado here. This will be my healthy fat for lunch, and that is 1 point. So this whole plate is only 1 point. I'm feeling so good about this dinner. I'm eating on the good china. I have a chicken breast for 0 points. This is 143 grams. My cottage cheese is the fat-free cottage cheese. It's a whole cup, so it's 3 points. Oh, on top of the chicken, I've got a 1/4 cup of the reduced fat Mexican blend cheese. That's also 3 points. My onions are 0. Tomato slices are 0. It is a 6-point dinner. Well, I'm always talking about it, so here it is. This is the popcorn I eat. It's from Kroger. It's the 94% fat-free mini bag. And it is 3 points. And I'm having this for my after dinner snack tonight. Well, I have shown you everything that I had to eat today, and I had a good day and plan. So I ended the day, I think, with 20 points. And I'm done. It's a little after 7 o'clock tonight at night, and I'm done eating for the day. I've got a couple more glasses of water I want to drink. And my hair got chopped off today. It feels so much better. I know it doesn't look like much. It looked better before I took the dog out in the pouring down rain. But, oh well. Tomorrow. I'll fix it up tomorrow. I got Happy Mail today, and I want to share it with you. Now, I got to tell you, there's a lot of people that get Happy Mail, and they don't open the box till they film the video. I'm not one of those people, because if I get a present, I'm like a little kid in a candy store. I want to see what's in that box, and then I'll show it to you. Okay, so I've already opened this up, and I'm so happy. This came from my friend Kathy Muller. who sent me a really pretty card with a very pretty sentiment in it. She asked me to not share the note inside the card, so I'm not going to. But this was just, I was amazed. I knew she was going to be sending me one thing, but when I opened this up, I couldn't believe it. She sent me some beautiful towels for my kitchen. 2 towels. This one is pretty. She, it, all the fall colors that I absolutely love. You know, because fall is next to Christmas, my favorite time of year. And then I got this pumpkin spice candle. Oh, it smells so good. I love this scent, pumpkin spice. This is my favorite scent, and my next favorite scent is like fresh balsam. So it smells like a Christmas tree. But this I love. I have this in my car. I have it everywhere I possibly can have this pumpkin spice. I could just hear it. I could just sit here and do that all night, and I'd be happy. And then she sent me even more stuff. A gift card to Joann Fabrics. This is my happy place. And it's kind of funny, when I opened this up, I had just gotten off the internet, and I had been looking at patterns to see if Joann Fabric was having a pattern sale yet. And apparently they just did, and I missed it. So I'm going to wait for the next one. Kathy, thank you so much. I mean, this is just such a treat. And then I'm an online only member, and I mentioned in one of my videos how I miss getting all the recipes. Kathy and her husband are both members, so they both get the handouts. And so this was also in the box. A stack of all these handouts from the meetings. I haven't even started to go through them yet. With the recipe cards, you know, that are on them. So I'm going to be busy tonight just going through these weeklies. Not only reading them, because I think some of them have good information, but here's the one that Sandy shared the other day. Spanakopita quesadillas. I'm going to have a good time going through these and pulling out the recipes that I think would be a good fit for me. Now, I won't make all of them, of course, because, like, I've mentioned this before, that I think, and I might have mentioned earlier in this video, I think some of their recipes are expensive to make, but they could be adapted. So, thank you, Kathy. I really, really appreciate it. It was just the thrill of my day. So, you know, I don't get a lot of gifts ever, and it was just so much fun to open that up, and it just the gifts just kept coming. So it really did make my day. Thank you, Kathy, and I appreciate it. So I want you to show you. See this sweatshirt that I'm wearing? This is a sweatshirt that I bought for my husband to wear when they had senior night at when our son played football. And he's been out of school now 2 years. He graduated in 2017, so this was for senior night 2016. So it would have been September of 2016 when I bought this for Joe. And if I can find the picture, I'll insert it. The picture that was taken of us on senior night, and him wearing this. It fit him. It didn't fit me. I couldn't get it on. And now it's big on me. So this is one of the few things of his that I kept because I like to wear them. I kept all of his pajama pants, even though he was almost a foot taller than me. But in the wintertime, I wear his pajama pants to bed. So, and I have a shirt from my son that passed away that I wear that to sleep in too, and it looks like a dress on me because he was 6'4". He was even taller than my husband. But I put this on, and of course, I haven't worn this for a while. It was spring, but last time I had this sweatshirt on. It's pretty roomy on me now, so that made me feel pretty good. So, I'm making progress. My scale was down a little bit today. At least it's starting to go back in the right direction. I don't know what the deal is with you know, my scale bouncing up and down so much. I know it does. Every day it changes. Um, I mean, it changes. I weigh myself like 3 times a day in the morning, and that kind of sets my tone for the rest of the day. But we talked about mindset in one of our videos, so it kind of gets my mindset into weight loss mode. It was in the mind, body, and soul collab that we did, but it does, me doing that gets my mind prepared. Okay, this is what I did yesterday. This is what the scale is showing. This is what I need to do today in order to make the scale do something else tomorrow. So I haven't really gone off plan, even though my scale's kind of been up and down. But I know that the way my body works, it just fluctuates. You know, like I can gain 5 pounds overnight. And as long as I'm okay with that, knowing that anyway, I'm not okay with gaining 5 pounds, but knowing that, you know, my body is fluctuating, and plus the fact that my body is adjusting to the medication change. I don't know if I told you guys this. I might have mentioned it, but I had doctor's appointments 2 weeks in a row. The first appointment, they took me off one of my blood pressure pills, and the second appointment, they took me off of another one. So I was taking 4 pills a day. I'm down to 1. But they added a supplement, a vitamin D supplement that I'm taking every day that I was not taking before. So I think that has a lot to do with my weight fluctuation, just the change in medication. And I think my body's just trying to adjust to all that. So, but apparently the one medicine was making my heart rate go way too low. And that was the last one they took me off of. And the first one they took me off was making my kidneys work insufficiently. So my kidney function is improving because I had to have another blood test done. And she said my kidney function is improving. So that's good. And she told me just to keep doing what I'm doing, you know, with working to lose weight. So, you know, and I have a ways to go. So, but Sandy, I love you, but I'm Team Sue, and I'm going to beat you to that 100-pound mark. So, you can let us all know if you're Team Sue or Team Sandy, or Team both of us. That might be the best team to be on, Team both of us, because I'm pulling for Sandy, and I know she's pulling for me too. So, but I want to get there first. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for me today. I have another video going up later tonight. I thought I had already uploaded this, and I guess I didn't. It was an 11-question tag that Sandy tagged me in, that I've had recorded for a while now. And then there's another collab going up on the 31st, which is what, Saturday? It's a Would You Rather. It's not really a collab, it's more like a tag, a series of questions of would we rather this or that. So, and that I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's answers, because I know I had to think about mine for a while. So, but look for my 11-question tag video to go up later tonight. So, all right, you guys have a great night. Stay on plan. I know I plan to. And I will be back tomorrow with what I ate.